Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and I am falling in love with this 63 Beetle Ragtop. And this is the last year of the Ragtop, 63. These are hard to find, and so I scooped this one up quick. It's a sweet little ride. I'm gonna take you for a drive and show you around the car. The idiot lights work, as well as turn signal lights. Just had the whole vehicle gone through bumper to bumper mechanically with moon air cooled. So this is a ready to drive car. Shifts through the gears nice and smooth. Hopefully you can hear that. Super straight, nice and straight. Easy driving car. It's got disc brake conversion, so it's had disc brake upgrade done to it. Clutch was just redone. Just had the oil changed. Full on service, you know. What I decided to do with my Beetles is now I take them to moon air cooled every time I buy one, and I have them go through and say, hey, you know, make it ready to drive, you know. So, and then the reverse. Oops. Well, there we go. Reverse is always fun on a Volkswagen. Really nice, healthy engine, plenty of power. Shut her down. Heaters, hoses just redone, new belt, total tune-up, basically like brand new original air cleaner there, which is awesome. Powder coated, freshly powder coated. I mean, really clean mechanically. And actually the great thing is when Clinton was done, he was loading it up to bring it to me, and something was going wrong with the clutch, so he said, let me keep it a couple more days, put another clutch in it, redo the clutch cable and everything. So this car looks amazing. It's got a great, perfectly level, lowered stance to it. It's got a nice, high quality lowering kit. And actually, you know, when you lower these Volkswagen Beetles, you know how the rear tires will camber in a little bit. Of course, that's true with this car, but it's not nearly as much as I've seen some others at this same height. You know, where the wheel's like this. This is nice and pretty relatively level for what it is. Chrome bumpers are new. Love the little lights and all the, you know, all the little details. So there is a downside to the car. I mean, mechanically it's awesome. The body is aero straight. The downside is that I think that given the fact that it's a rust-free car, somebody went out painting this thing without properly prepping it. And unfortunately, if you just don't put down either the right, base coat or primer, I mean, first, and all that, you can end up with problems with the paint. So that being said, as we walk around the car, I mean, if you're 10 feet away from this car, we'll walk back. I'm literally here right now 10 feet away from this, and you're in a parking lot somewhere or at a car show and somebody's walking up to this car, it looks gorgeous. But when you get up on it, there's a lot of little spots here and there all the way around the car, and I want to make sure that I can try and capture this because you're just not going to see it. And let me see if I can get my shadow on it and see it any better or not. Nah, not really. You're just not going to see it in the pictures, but there's just little bubbles here and there with there's humidity that's gotten underneath the paint. And so given the looking at the undercarriage, which we're going to do in a second, and given the history of the car and everything, I think what happened is I think somebody got a little overconfident with the fact that this car is rust-free and in such great shape that they just shot it. And so here's the reason why I decided not to try to go after repainting the whole car. It wasn't necessarily to save money or anything. What I've decided, it's kind of a new approach to the way I'm doing my business, is instead of fixing somebody for the next person and making that decision for you, the new owner, I've decided I'd rather sell this a little bit less expensive and let you decide what you want to do with it. Because when I walked up on this car and I saw this paint, what the first thing I thought was, well, I'll just rub through it all the way around and make it a patina. I mean, I love this color, especially in a patina. Do a bumper to bumper rub through. It's something you can do yourself in the garage, not very expensive. You know, I'm talking about sanding pads, you know, and buffing pads. Rub through, give it a little bit of a patina, you know, a patina look, and you could do that for a couple of $100 and be done with the car. But then the next guy's going, nope, I want it to look perfect. I mean, everything else about this car is, you know, I want to take it to a show. I want my paint job perfect. Well, in that case, you're going to want to sand it down and do a color match. Is what I would have done, is do a color match on it and repaint it. So another thing that I thought too is maybe doing a second color, like a cream or a black, within the door realm underneath this piece of trim, which we've done quite a few like that. Give it a two-tone look. So anyways, why let me decide that for you? When you go on the inside, it looks like it has a brand new upholstery done, I would say maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. So and still in great shape, not brand spanking new because it's been driven. If you get in here, you can see, you can barely catch it there. There's touch of like, oops, we had a spill. And I think if we did a shampoo on these seats, they would look brand new again. But you got your matching panels, seats, headliners, all nice. This is one of the nice things about a lot of ragtops, they don't have the headliner in them. And so when I got the car, actually, we had found out that the top had not been installed 100% correctly. So this is actually my first one, and I'm gonna feel like a fool trying to do it. Let's see. Well, may not be able to do it with a camera in my hand. Well, I am making a fool of myself on this. So I'm gonna call Clint. He just repaired the entire thing, rebuilt the entire thing. I'm gonna give him a quick call and just double check on how to open that. I feel like an idiot, but I'll be honest with you, I've had probably 45, 50 Volkswagen Beetles, and I've never had a ragtop, and I don't wanna mess up opening it up. But I just paid like $500 to have the whole thing redone. So I'm positive it opens and closes, and I'm probably just doing something wrong. So I don't want to mess with it until I call and say, hey, how do you open this thing? Trunk, got a new trunk kit in it. And you can call me and ridicule me if you want to about that. I'm open to that, because if we were in the shop, I'd probably have the guys teasing me about how I didn't get that open, especially in the video when I'm supposed to be showing that everything's working great. All right, unlocking the trunk area. There we go. Nice clean trunk. And a brand new spare tire, which is nice to have. Pull up on that. And nice and solid. Everybody's always asking about this part particular. You know, how's that look inside the spare tire? Well, so nice to have that spare tire in there, brand new tire as well underneath. Really clean. Attention to detail on that. All right, well, I'm running a little long here. Oh, yeah, let's not forget real quick to look up underneath it. So I think this is one of the places where the car really shines. You can see the new brake lines. Really solid car. New floor pans. Really, really clean, nicely done. Oftentimes this is the first that I see it at this well, a vehicle like this, because I stick my head up underneath as best as I can where they're lowered. I mean, man, all that looks so good underneath. But when I stick the camera in, I get even better view. Super clean. I've been surprised watching the Beetle. I wish I could go back and buy back every Beetle I ever bought 10 years ago for what I paid then, because these cars have really gone through the roof. Really solid here. All the way back. And all the steel is in great shape. And as far as I can tell, this is a rust-free car. I don't see any rust on it. And like I said, I think that's my hypothesis. I mean, I don't know for sure, because I don't know who painted this car. But I can imagine that it could be really easy when you say, oh, you know, look at how solid the car is, solid and rust-free. Let's just shoot it real quick. You know, and it happens sometimes. So that being said, the car is amazing just like it is. The tires have got great tread on them. It runs perfect. It's ready for the road. Just had the top redone, and I feel like an idiot because I couldn't just slide it right open, but I'm sure I just probably didn't turn it quite far enough or whatever, and I just didn't want to, you know, I don't want to mess anything up since we just paid to have that done. This car is ready to be driven and enjoyed just like it is, and I think it'd make a really fun car to kind of turn into whatever you want. We're really creative, funky family, and we see a car like this and I can think of all kinds of stuff to do to it, you know. But like I said, I want to let you make it your own, and hopefully scoop it up for a great price and be able to drive and enjoy. The weather's turning to spring right now. It's a great time to have a, if it was me, I'm like with my convertibles, I put my convertible top back and I don't even drive it on a rainy day. And if I owned this car, the same thing. I'd slide the top back and I'd leave it like that, and I'd only drive it on nice days, and you know, just really enjoy having a ragtop. Give us a call, PeachtreeClassicCars.com.